Hi, welcome to another Power Blast podcast. Do you ever wish you had the key to unlock the door to achieving so many of your health and fitness goals? Well, today in this episode, I'm going to help you unlock that door and tell you the one thing to reach your 2022 health goals. And you can apply this anytime you want to many different things in your life. Stay tuned. Hey there, my friend Perry Tinsley here, creator of the Power Blast podcast, The Power of Possibility, Passion, and Purpose. And I want to thank you so much for tuning in. And in this episode, you're going to learn about transitioning from the end of the year to next year's progress and really propelling yourself to push yourself even further. It all revolves around one thing. You're going to absolutely love this one. But before I get into all that fun stuff, I want to say thank you for tuning in. Whether this is your first time on Power Blast Podcast, where you're tuning in either on your podcast app or on YouTube, I want to thank you so much for being here. If you are in your podcast app, please be a friend, drop in, leave an honest rating and review. That will help others discover the show. And if you're over on YouTube catching the video version, I'm waving at you there. I see you. Please be an awesome friend. Smash the subscribe button and the notifications bell. That way you won't miss a show that's coming up. And you know what would be really crazy cool is if you gave a thumbs up and even left a comment. That would help the YouTube algorithm. And I do respond to those. I go in and I see your comments. So it can help you out. We can have a chat, whatever it is. So thanks so much. You absolutely rock, my friend. So the big transition from year to year, and I know I'm this as of this recording, it's 2021 going to 2022, but this can apply to any year at any time. But let's close out. Let's close out this year and take time to reflect on your 2021 progress. Celebrate that. It's really time to acknowledge yourself with the accomplishments that you've done this past year. A lot of times we're like the Tasmanian devil bouncing from thing to thing to thing. We get some great accomplishments, but we're like it's like a little checklist, on to the next. And you got to stop and take time to really acknowledge and appreciate what you've done. Seriously, consider the changes, because this will be helpful going into the next year. Consider the changes that you've made all year long. What ways were you more physically active? Did you choose healthier foods? Were you successful in reducing your stress and your anxiety? So it's thinking about your progress and realizing that probably some of the changes you went through were really extremely difficult, but you stayed focused. You pushed through. Think about the things that made a difference for you in reaching your goals, or at least pushing toward your goals. I always think we're a work in progress, right? So, think about how were you able to achieve those things, and why did it happen? And how did you make those lasting, those day-to-day lasting changes ongoing? It's through this reflecting process that you can figure out what worked best. You gain a new perspective, and then you can apply those strategies to new goals that you set. Did you use a detailed fitness plan of some sort, or a nutrition plan of some sort? Was it the support of others? Maybe you gave yourself some incentives and rewards to go after. Those things that can help that help you lead to new changes, and however you overcame those challenges, you can now overcome new challenges, reach new goals. So think about that. Take time to reflect, and then get excited and think about what's next. What do I need to focus on? So make sure you're doing that reflection activity, and then it's on to the next. What would be the one thing that you could strive for in 2022 that would be like the big domino for everything else, spin around and impact. What I like to think health and fitness has a big impact on so many things, because you get energy, you get focus, you build confidence, you become more productive, you feel happier. And there's all these other elements of life that those things really feed into and magnify. But the one thing to reach your 2022 health goals, or it could be 2023, 2024, whenever you're listening to this, the one thing is to be persistent. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about persistence. A lot of times people will dismiss that, yeah, persistency. But you know what? I'm going to tell you how. And I'll give you a framework that I adapted from Napoleon Hill's work. You may know him from the guy that wrote Think and Grow Rich, several other books too, but that's a big one. But persistence, it's a state of mind. And because it's a state of mind, you can cultivate it. You can work on that. You can keep improving and growing and really work with it. And it's based on definite causes. So here's the way I like to look at it. When it comes to health and fitness, it's having a definite purpose backed by that burning desire to fulfill your goal. And that's going to push you to achieve no matter what. So it's really having that deep why, that deep purpose of what it is. It's not just, hey, I want to tone up and lose a little bit, but it's digging deep into what that definite purpose is to reach your goal. And you're going to keep pushing and keep going until you reach that goal. So when it's a fluffy goal, a lot of times you give yourself some leeway, and I'm going to talk about those in a little bit too. Those little thieves that come around and steal the show. But it's having that definite purpose, and then it's following a definite plan with continuous action, not only with the exercise, but with your mindset and your nutrition too. So that's persistence, and then guarding your mind against all negative and discouraging influences, including those suggestions. It happens too. Those suggestions from friends, from relatives, acquaintances, everybody's that's always got an opinion, right? It's guarding your mind against the things that are super negative, and it's finding a support system. Just like the groups that I run, the virtual groups, and you're always willing to do that, just message me, Perry at putyourselffirst.com. I can tell you about our next one coming up. But having that group of people is going to give you a friendly alliance with folks who encourage you to follow through, both on your plan and your purpose. So those are 4 very, very critical things when it comes to persistence. So which goals will you go for next? I like to think we're always a work in progress, right? So it's never stopping to be complacent or comfortable. I know a lot of times people work to get in shape for a wedding or for an event or going on vacation or whatever it is. They get the results and then they go back to old ways. They met their goal, checked it off, but it's never being complacent. It's always going, what's next? What's next? What's next? Because you have all the tools you need to succeed. It's staying committed and applying what you've learned and what you reflected on in the past few years. That's going to help you achieve even more great results and with more focus and in 2022 and beyond. It's making a positive action plan that you can that can help you meet your new health goal in the new year. So which one might you focus on next? I know it's really easy to want to come up with a bunch of them, but if you could pick one, what would be that one thing? Is it upping your intensity? Is it adding more variety to your workouts? Trimming off those final pounds? Maybe it's upping your cooking game of some sort, pledging to make 5 new healthy meals from scratch as opposed to going out as you go through each week. So when you get these things and these ideas, make sure you write them down. The saying goes, ink it, don't think it. Because when it's spinning in your head, a lot of times there's so many distractions. And I believe I read something recently where people who write down their goals are 33% more likely to have success in achieving those as opposed to somebody that's just thinking about it, right? And then breaking those goals down into doable actions. If it seems like a huge goal that you're wanting to achieve, and you're wanting to do it by December, it's going backwards and saying, okay, what do I need to achieve each month? And how can I break that down into each week? starting right away, so you're not waiting until December 31st and going, gosh, how come I didn't do anything? So what's one concrete, realistic goal that you can work toward over the next few months? And what's the small steps that you can take each week? And then tackling those top challenges. You got to be realistic about the challenges you're going to face, because there's going to be obstacles along the way, and they're going to try to trip you up. It's just knowing where they're at, so you can go, okay, I'll navigate around them. It's just like going down the rapids. Your goal isn't to hit the tree or the rock. You just know they're there, and you're focusing on where your goal is to paddle your way around and navigate them, right? So, you need to get the. You might have difficulty. Let's talk about workouts. Maybe it's difficulty getting your workout in during the work week. So it's needing to get realistic about your schedule, finding the time and being disciplined to take action on it. Maybe it's resisting unhealthy food when you're eating out with friends. So maybe you need to prepare before you go out to eat, navigating the menu and already having a plan before you go. Whatever the challenge is, it's always smart to be aware, but always focusing on your goal, not worrying about the obstacle. Remember, feed your focus on what it is that you desire to achieve. And fire up your support system. I mean, connect with a community. Perry at putyourselffirst.com. I will, if you type in support group, I will let you in and get you the access to our next group. You can join our virtual fitness group. As a matter of fact, you could just go to putyourselffirst.com/bootcamp and find all the details on that, and you'll get all the information there. So, if there is a certain obstacle that you are like fighting against, figure out what that one is and just go head on to take it on, as opposed to ignoring it. And beware, I told you there's some thieves of joy, things that are going to try and steal your thunder as you're going for this. These are the symptoms for lack of persistence. I got these from Napoleon Hill, kind of spun it into the health and fitness arena. But these are weaknesses that you need to master, okay? Do you need to master all of them? I'd strive for as many as you can. But take on one at a time. One of them, failure to recognize and clearly define exactly what it is that you want. A lot of times I hear people say, hey, I just want to lose some weight and trim up. That's not defined. That's not going to pull you out of bed to go get your exercise in. Okay. Another one is procrastination. With or without cause. We usually back those up with alibis of some sort or excuses. Then we have indecision, the habit of passing the buck on all occasions instead of facing the issue right there. We usually use excuses then. The habit of relying on excuses and alibis instead of creating a definite plan and a solution to the problem. A lot of times we're kind of counting on something to give us an out, right? As a matter of fact, that the habit of blaming others for one's mistakes and accepting unfavorable circumstances. Oh, I couldn't do this because this and this and this happened, or so-and-so did this, or I was angry about this, or whatever. That was so unavoidable. We give value to all these other things when we're really avoiding what needs to get done, right? Having the weakness of desire due to the neglect of the choice that, the motives to impel you into action. Okay. Willingness, even eagerness. This does happen. I see it happen a lot. The willingness or the eagerness to quit at the first sign of defeat. I just can't wait till I pull something. I can't wait till it gets too hard so I can give up and quit. Always searching for that way out, or even self-sabotaging, or searching for shortcuts. Those are all weaknesses that need to get worked on. Another weakness is having the lack of having an organized plan. Okay, a lot of times people just wing it. I know I did for years. Just tried to wing it, going off the top of my head of what I should do for exercise. Didn't see results. It felt hard, and I stopped. But when you place this in writing, what you're going to do, it takes the guesswork out. And when you see it in writing, you can analyze it. You can make adjustments when needed. It's when you're trying to wing it is when the weakness and the alibis and excuses are coming in. Another big one is wishing instead of willing. A lot of times people are wishing and hoping for something to happen instead of willing and putting in the time and the effort to just do it. And the last one is the fear of criticism and even comparison. That the failure to create plans and put them into action just because of what other people will think, do, or say. And the comparison game is not what other people will think, do, or say. It's what you think, do, or say about yourself, right? Just know that you are in control. You need to leverage persistence to reach your goals. And just know you always have a choice. Choice to give into the excuses and the alibis and let yourself off the hook. Or you can choose to reframe the situation. Figure out a way, be persistent, look at the possibilities, learn, grow, and progress. It's being relentlessly persistent in pursuit of your goals. Mindset is the key when it comes to reaching your goals and putting in the time. It's setting small goals that will setting and reaching those small goals to help you build your confidence, and consistency. It's going to be your friend. Challenging yourself, because you're not going to be motivated all the time. Be disciplined all the time. Keep moving forward. Your wins are going to add up more and more and more, and you're going to catch fire on this stuff. So I'd love to hear your top takeaway from today. Please drop me a line on social or come over to my email box, perry@putyourselffirst.com. Reach out to me with any questions that you might have about food, fitness, even more ideas to achieve your health goals in the upcoming year. I absolutely love helping people remove the obstacles and the barriers that often get in the way of achieving those goals. And if you'd like more motivation, support, tips, and strategies, then you will definitely want to join my Upside Down Fitness community. It's absolutely free. We are a fun group of people just striving to make healthier habits in this awesome chapter of life. I do 52 weeks of free coaching in there. I promise you'll absolutely love it. Head over to upsidedownfit.com. That's all I have for this week. Thanks so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you. And please be sure to share with somebody that you know can benefit. Also, please share, subscribe, leave an honest rating and review in your podcast app to help others discover the show. I think the universe will kick you some positive vibes too. And if you're over on YouTube catching the video version, please hit the subscribe and notifications bell so you get an alert each time a new show drops. You absolutely rock, my friend. That's all I have for this week. And as always, remember, it's never too late. We'll see you next week.